Hi friends, a short video on why India are entering WTC final with confidence right now. The fourth test, as expected, has ended in a tame draw with both sides not badly bruised. The only consolation for India is that they got a sizable lead in the first innings, and instead of putting pressure on Australia, I think Australia also did play really well, and they battled for a draw. So what we felt was that the pitch was not really conducive for test. Either we prepare really poor pitches like Indore or pitches like Ahmedabad, where there's nothing for the bowlers and where they need to toil hard for their wickets. But really, India have qualified for the WTC final in their own right, and we also need to thank New Zealand for defeating Sri Lanka. Probably if they had drawn the test or if Sri Lanka had gone to beat New Zealand, India may have been in real big trouble having drawn the fourth test, but unable to force really a victory in the third and the fourth test. So India have somehow managed to enter the WTC final, and really it will help the ICC coffers also, because unless India play cricket hard and they play in all the finals, definitely ICC is going to be the loser, and that's what ICC also would not want. And definitely India have gone into the finals, but whether they're deserving it or not is somewhat doubtful. But again, when compared with other teams, they are slightly better, having defeated Australia in Australia and drawn a series against England. So definitely they are a slightly better team than Sri Lanka in qualifying for the WTC finals, and second consecutive time for them, which needs to be appreciated. And we feel that Ashwin also may get a break in the WTC finals, probably will be able to play, and even though Kohli is not playing in this as captain. But overall, this fifth test really needs to be forgotten. Mainly thing is for the landmarks, where both Shubman Gill and Virat Kohli scored centuries for India. So, and if you look at the number of centuries scored by both the teams, we feel India had the upper hand, where they had 3 centurions, whereas for Australia there are only 2. So that's one consolation for India. But overall, this fourth test is really something that is to be forgotten, not a great deal for both the teams. But still, we can look forward to a WTC final happening in June. Next comes the IPL, and all will be forgotten until the WTC final. Let's see if how India fare in the WTC final. All the best, India. The short video review of the fourth test match between India and Australia being played at Ahmedabad. Well, India ended the innings at over 570 runs with a healthy lead, but we feel that they could have batted a little bit faster, but the pitch, of course, was not conducive to really batting very fast, because it was not giving anything away, and really batting on that surface required a lot of skill. But again, India really missed an aggressive person like Rishabh Pant. Probably, I think India are not able to turn the screws because of his absence, is what we feel. An aggressive batsman who can really take the bowlers to the cleaners is what India are missing in this series. Probably if India don't win this test, probably we can blame that Pant was not there. That could be one of the reasons, is what we feel. Because a little bit of speeding would have really helped India in turning on the screws against Australia and get a lead on this type of surface. Again, we feel that Rohit Sharma didn't declare sooner because he was waiting for Virat Kohli's double century, I guess, because he didn't want Virat Kohli to write in his memoirs that Rohit Sharma didn't allow me to score double century, like what Tendulkar did against Rahul Dravid. So same thing, I think he didn't want it to happen this time and allowing the innings to prolong. Because other than that, there is no point in continuing the innings forever. But still, we feel that India could have batted a little bit more faster, but that didn't happen in this test. But again, fifth day's play, first session would be interesting in case Australia lose quick wickets and they're known to collapse soon. So we'll have an interesting fifth day's play, or else it will be a tame draw. So a draw would suit Australia better, and India also a little bit better too. But we do feel that good test match should have a result. So let's see what happens in this fifth day's play. Hi friends, a short video review of the third day's match play between India and Australia being played at Ahmedabad. If you see in this test so far, an average of around 260 to 70 runs only are being scored every day. Really, it makes us realize the slow nature of the pitch. So we can say run rate is around 3 runs per over. So one good thing about India is they didn't lose that many wickets. They lost only 3 wickets. And again, Shubman Gill scored his century, which is really good. So he really, we feel that he really emulated Usman Khawaja's innings. So openers should really shine well. That's what really determines that a team is really strong. So on a pitch which doesn't give any help to the bowlers and only some turn and where bowlers need to struggle, I think both the batsmen seem to have, both the teams seem to have done really well. Rohit Sharma, after the first innings century, first test century, really I think he has not been up to his mark, getting out cheaply. And again, Pujara is yet to score a century in this series. And again, Virat Kohli, he has close to his 50, and if he scores century, then probably we can say that he has recovered his form from last year. But really he needs to contribute. If Kohli plays really well and India manage to get some lead tomorrow, then they can hope to defeat Australia. But from what it looks like, this match is going to end in a draw. And again, we feel if you look at Jadeja coming in at number 5, it really we are made to feel that India are short of really good options. Definitely, Jadeja is not number 5 batsman. We can really put it in writing. He's an all-rounder, no doubt, but definitely he's not a number 5 player. He's number 7 player. So India are definitely feeling the pinch where of Pant being absent and rendered Hosdy combat. So definitely India are missing Pant. Probably he should have been playing this match if he had not got hurt. But we feel that Jadeja is not really number 5. Definitely Shreyas Iyer should have come ahead of him. And I think that is the mistake repeatedly Rohit is making. But I think we need to correct it in the long run. But again, tomorrow morning's play, we'll see if India will get lead or will they be shot out. But from what it looks like, it seems to be a tame draw. So draw may be somewhat suiting India, but we feel that they should have won this series 3-0 to really qualify in WTC on their own terms. But it's better than getting defeated and then qualify for WTC final. So probably that's what India are aiming for from what it looks like. Let's see what happens tomorrow. Hi friends, this is a short video review of second day's play between India and Australia played at Ahmedabad. Australia amassed over 480 runs, and in reply India scored 34 odd runs without losing any wickets. But looking at how the Australian played, they didn't score that many runs when compared with yesterday. Like first day's play, they scored around 260 odd runs, and the next subsequent day I think they didn't play that many runs, probably due to the pitch and tight bowling exhibited by Ashwin also. He didn't consider more than 90 runs despite bowling over 40 overs. So definitely Ashwin's bowling was the key in restricting Australia to at least to 480, not run away with a huge score. But we feel that Smith's captaincy also I think is making a difference, because he wanted India to be in the field for two days at least and grind them out. And he wanted to ensure that Australia are definitely not meeting India in the finals. So having qualified for the finals, I don't think Smith would want India to be again coming back into the finals. He may prefer Sri Lanka, a weaker opponent, rather than India. That's what we feel from his game plan. But looking at how New Zealand and Sri Lankan series is progressing, so if New Zealand managed to draw the series against Sri Lanka, then India can easily qualify for the World WTC. But as far as India are concerned, to really play WTC, they need to play this fourth test really well. And Smith also has ensured that India are not going to win this test, and he doesn't want India to have the confidence of defeating Australia and then coming to WTC. That's also might have played in his mind. So he wanted to ensure that India don't win this test. So in that aspect, I guess Smith's plan has worked. So let's see how the third day's play peters out. If India managed to avoid the follow-on and score sizable runs, then I think this test is mostly drawn. Let's see. Hi friends, the short video review of the first day's play of the fourth test match between India and Australia being played at Ahmedabad. Well, Australia did start well and they have amassed more than 200 runs with their opening batsman Usman Khawaja scoring a well-deserved century. So if you notice Australian innings right from their beginning, Usman Khawaja, after failing in the first innings in this series, has been consistent with his runs, and as the English proverb says, well begun is half done. And he has been giving good starts for the Australian team to capitalize, and he did do well in the second and third test. But so you can see in this match also he has played a stellar role in ensuring that Australia are on a strong footing with equal support being given by Green. But India also did bowl well, but I think they erred in taking the new ball in the last hour with only 6 or 7 hours left. Probably a fresh set of bowlers early on in the match on the second day would have helped them a lot more. Rohit's inexperience probably stood out in this case. But going beyond that, we can't comment too much on this series. The only thing is that India are going to be playing last in this test match. But one good thing is Steven Smith is out. So he really likes the Indian bowling and likes to milk the Indian bowling also. So he has been not great form in this series totally, not amongst the runs, and series is going to end, which augurs well for India. But again, they need to shut out Australia quickly tomorrow, or else if they are out, allow them to score more than 4 runs, I think the test is finished. India can forget this winning this fourth test and then qualify for the WTC final. India definitely need to win this test and then qualify. That's what would make them stronger and confident. And instead of that, hoping Sri Lanka lose to New Zealand and do all this permutation and combination doesn't really work good for India. That's what I said in the previous video also. So let's hope India win and then qualify for the WTC final. But everything is critical on the first session, second day's play is what we feel. Let's see what happens. Friends, please wear your mask at all times. Don't go out unnecessarily. That's the way you can stop the spread of COVID. Thanks for watching. இந்த வீடியோ உங்களுக்கு பிடிச்சிருந்தா லைக் பண்ணுங்க, ஷேர் பண்ணுங்க, சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணுங்க. Thanks.